Rain fell like shards of glass through the neon haze of Narati City. The streets stank of oil, trash, and desperation. For 17-year-old Kale, it was just another night of hunger gnawing his belly and cold biting through his threadbare coat. He had been homeless since his mother died of a lung fever 2 winters back. His father was long gone, probably floating in some gutter drunk or already dead. Kale didn't think much about it anymore. Survival left little room for grief. That was when he heard it, a faint whimper between the thunderclaps. Kale squinted through the rain and spotted a figure huddled in a shadowed alley. At first, he thought it was another beggar, but as he stepped closer, he froze. It was a girl, alien, but close enough to human. Her skin glowed faintly lavender in the rainlight, her hair long and silver white, plastered to her cheeks. She was trembling, clutching at the wall with pale fingers, and her eyes, they were milky white, clouded and unseeing. "Please," she whispered, her voice hoarse. "Help. I can't see." Kale's instinct screamed to walk away. The city ate the weak alive, and kindness usually got you killed. But something in her trembling voice hooked into him. "Hey," he said, crouching. "You're hurt." She shook her head weakly. "Not hurt. Just lost. I need a healer. Can't find a way." Kale sighed. He had nothing. Not food, not shelter, barely scraps of dignity. But he couldn't leave her here in the rain to die. "All right," he muttered. "I'll take you." Part 2, the burden. The girl was lighter than he expected when he lifted her onto his back, her arms looping weakly around his shoulders. She smelled faintly of jasmine, a scent that didn't belong to these filthy streets. "My name's Kale," he said, trudging to the puddles. "Celera," she murmured. "Thank you, Kale." "Don't thank me yet. Healer's charge. I don't have credits." "There will be payment," she whispered, before exhaustion pulled her into silence. Kale carried her through the maze of Naratis. He avoided patrol drones, kept his head down, and prayed no one noticed the glowing alien girl on his back. Healers didn't like street rats showing up at their doors, but he knew one who might not turn them away. Old Mira, the apothecary. Part 3, the healer. Myra's shop reeked of herbs and smoke. The old woman squinted at Kale as he stumbled in dripping wet, the alien girl limp on his back. "Boy, what in the name of 10 sons have you dragged in?" "She's blind," Kale said quickly. "She needs help. Please, Mira." Myra's sharp eyes softened when she saw Solara's face. "Set her down." Kale laid her gently on the cot. Mira worked swiftly, checking her pulse, shining a faint light across her clouded eyes. "She's not sick," Mira murmured. "Her blindness is old, permanent, I think. But she's weak from hunger, exhaustion. She'll live." Relief washed through Kale. "So she'll be okay?" Mira nodded. "With rest. But, boy." She leaned closer, voice dropping. "Do you know who you brought me?" Kale frowned. "Some lost girl." Myra's expression was grave. "That's no ordinary girl. Look at her clothes, the fabric, the stitching. Look at the crest on her collar." Kale looked. Through the grime, he saw a faint golden sigil embroidered on a torn cloth. A dragon coiled around a dagger. His blood ran cold. Everyone in Naratis knew that mark. It was the crest of the Valen Syndicate, the most ruthless crime family on the planet. And Celera was wearing it. Part 4, the revelation. When Celera woke again, her eyes turned toward Kale, as if she could see him through the blindness. "You stayed?" she whispered. Kale swallowed hard. "Celera, who are you?" She hesitated, then sighed. "I'm the daughter of Varos Valen." The name hit like a blaster bolt. Varos Valen, the mob boss who owned half the city's underworld, whose enemies ended up floating in the canals. Kale staggered back. Yours, kid?" "Stars, girl. Do you have any idea what kind of danger?" "I know exactly," she said softly. "That's why I ran. My father would see me as a tool, nothing more, a pawn to be traded. A blind daughter isn't worth much to him, except as leverage." Kale rubbed his face. He had thought he was saving a helpless girl. Instead, he'd just stolen the syndicate boss's daughter. "Do you understand what happens if they find me with you?" he hissed. "They'll kill me slow." Her lips trembled. "I didn't ask you to carry me. But I hope someone might." Damn her. Kales had told him to walk away now, before the syndicate came hunting. But when she reached for his hand, trembling, he didn't pull away. Part 5, the hunt. It didn't take long. By nightfall, syndicate patrols swarmed the streets. Heavy boots, plasma rifles, red visors scanning alleys. Kale and Celera hid in the cellar beneath Myra's shop. Mira hissed at him. Boy, you've doomed us all. But Celera shook her head. If they take me back, I'll vanish. You'll never see me again. Kale's heart pounded. He knew he should let her go. He was nobody, a hungry gutter rat with nothing to lose. She was a mob princess. And yet, she trusted him. No one ever had before. We're getting out of Narati's, Kale decided, before they locked the city down. Part 6, The Escape. Slipping through the shadows, Kale guided Celera through the lower districts. He held her hand tight, whispering directions. Patrols passed within meters, but they stayed hidden in the filth and smoke. At the canal, Kale found an old skiff half sunk in the muck. He fixed the engine with trembling fingers, praying to gods he didn't believe in. Blinding spotlights swept the streets behind them. Shouts echoed. The syndicate was close. Get in, Kale urged. Celera climbed in, trusting him completely, though she couldn't see a thing. The engine sputtered, then roared to life. They shot down the canal just as patrols stormed the docks. Part 7, The Bond. Hours later, when the city lights were a faint glow behind them, Celera leaned against him. You could have left me, she murmured. Kale gave a hollow laugh. I still might regret not doing that. You won't, she whispered. You've already given me more than anyone ever has. You saw me as the person, not just a Valen. Her words cut through him. He was nothing. Nobody cared if he lived or died. But to her, he mattered. Where will we go? He asked. Somewhere my father's reach doesn't touch, she said. Somewhere I can be free. Kale nodded, though doubt gnawed at him. The syndicate's reach was long. But for once, he had a reason to keep moving. Part 8, The Chase. They didn't get far. On the third night, a syndicate cruiser descended from the clouds, lights sweeping the marshes where they had hidden. Armed enforcers poured out, surrounding their camp. Celera Valen. A booming voice called, Your father demands your return. Step forward, and the boy dies quickly. Refuse, and we'll make him scream. Celera trembled, clutching Kale's arm. They'll kill you if I stay. Kale looked into her blind eyes. Then we run. Together. Blaster fire erupted. Kale dragged her through the reeds, shots sizzling past. He fired back with Myra's old pistol, dropping one guard. But more came. Too many. Part 9, The Stand. They reached a cliffside above the sea. No way forward. Syndicate troops closed in, weapons raised. Celera turned toward the sound of boots crunching closer. Her face was pale but calm. Kale, I can end this. He shook his head. Don't you dare. My blindness hides what I truly am. My father fears it. That's why he wants me under his control. I was born with a gift, an echo sense. I can feel life around me. I can break it if I must. Her hands glowed faintly, lavender light spilling into the night. The syndicate enforcers hesitated. Kale grabbed her shoulders. If you do this, there's no going back. She lifted her chin. Then we go forward. Light flared. The shock wave hurled syndicate soldiers back like rag dolls, weapons clattering. The cliffside shook. Kale shielded her as the world exploded with brilliance. When the dust cleared, the troops were gone, scattered, or fled. Celera collapsed against him, drained. You're full of surprises, Kale whispered hoarsely. Still want to leave me behind, she murmured weakly. Not a chance. Part 10, Aftermath. By dawn, they had stolen a syndicate skimmer and sped across the endless sea. Narati City was far behind, its smoke a fading memory. Kale glanced at the girl curled against him, silver hair blowing in the wind. He had carried her from the gutter to safety. But in truth, she carried him too, out of hopelessness, into something bigger. The homeless boy and the blind Ma princess. The syndicate would come again. But for now, they had each other. And for the first time in years, Kale dared to believe in a future.